Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and I hope you are all well. Today I am going to be sharing 4 low carb recipes for you all. This is one of the requests that I get asked quite a lot about when asking what recipes you would like me to create for you. So I really hope you enjoy this video. What I have done though is because a lot of people want to have low carbs, but they kind of want like a low carb alternative so they can feed their family a meal which includes carbs, but then for them maybe they want to have something which has less carbs in it. So I've tried to kind of cater for the whole family with this video. So I'm going to show you what I'll be eating, and then I'm going to be showing you what I'll be feeding the boys, which will have extra carbs in it. So I really hope this is kind of like a multi-purpose video and you will all enjoy it. Give me a thumbs up if you do enjoy it so I know to make more videos just like this. And don't forget to subscribe because I post loads of videos just like this every single Sunday morning at 7 AM UK time. So with all that said, I'm just going to jump straight on into this. As always, I will share the ingredients I'll be using for each recipe, and then I'll talk you through the method of how to cook each recipe too. Thank you so much for watching, and let's get cooking. So this meal is going to be a creamy salmon and asparagus dish. So what I've got here is 4 salmon fillets. I've got some double cream. I've got this really nice sun-dried tomato paste. So if you want to, you can actually just like cut up your own sun-dried tomatoes if you'd like a little bit more texture to this. But my kids aren't a fan of sun-dried tomatoes, so I'm just going to pop the paste in instead. I've got a vegetable stock cube and I'll add in about 300 mils of water with that. I've got Parmesan, I'll use 1 onion, 3 cloves of garlic, and I've got some asparagus too. So what I'm going to start off by doing is I'm going to just dice up my onion and garlic quite finely, and I'm going to fry that off in a pan for a couple of minutes for them to saute. Once those have sauteed for a few minutes, I will then pop my salmon into the pan too. I'll put that skin down, and once the skin's been down for literally about 30 seconds, I'll just turn the salmon fillets over and I'll peel the skin off. I just find doing it this way, it makes it so much easier to take the skin off of the salmon. I'm not going to use the salmon skin, so I will discard of that. Once the salmon has just crispened up on the outside, I will then start adding in all of my other ingredients. So I will add in the 300 mils of veggie stock along with 300 mils of double cream, and I'll also put in 2 tablespoons of my sun-dried tomato paste. I'm just going to let that simmer away for a good 10 minutes, making sure that your salmon gets nice and cooked all the way through before adding in your asparagus. As this asparagus is quite thick, I'm actually going to slice them into quarters, and then I'm going to cut them into little bite-sized pieces. Then I will put them into my pan and let them cook through for just a couple of minutes, because when I serve this dish, I do want my asparagus to be a little al dente, to add a little bit of a crunch to this meal. After it's been cooking for a further 2 minutes, you are then ready to dish up. You want to dish up 1 salmon fillet onto a plate along with a generous amount of your creamy asparagus sauce too. If you're serving this to your family and they want some carbs, then I would just serve this with some spaghetti. For tonight's meal, we're going to be having a low carb creamy carbonara. So what I am going to do to replace this spaghetti is I've got some cabbage here, and I've just sliced it up into really thin slices. This is half a cabbage here because obviously I'm going to be doing the kids some real spaghetti. So I'm going to tell you when I talk through the method of how to cook this. I'm going to tell you when to kind of split the sauce in half, and then you can be cooking your pasta on the side. But I'm going to be cooking this actually in my sauce. So what I have got here, like I said, is some white cabbage. I've got some peas. In here I've diced up 2 shallots and 3 cloves of garlic. I've got 200 mils of veggie stock. I've got some soft cheese. I don't normally buy the 50% less fat one, but that's all they had in my shop. It got substituted out this week, so that's why I've got this one. But you can use some double cream, you can use the full fat, or you can use this, completely up to you. Then I've got some bacon here. So this is chestnut smoked streaky bacon, and I've taken half the rashes, which is 8, and I've just sliced them up into kind of little bite-sized pieces. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to first of all get my bacon in a pan of oil, and I'm going to cook that off until it goes really nice and crispy. Once it's nice and crispy, I'm then going to add in my shallots and my garlic and just saute those off for a couple of minutes. After those have sauteed for a few minutes, I'll then be adding in my 200 mils of veggie stock, as well as 200 grams of soft cheese. I'm just gonna let that all bubble away for a few minutes. Then I'm gonna add in my peas, and that's when I'm going to split the sauce. So half of this sauce is going to be going over the kids' spaghetti that I've cooked on the side. And then once I've split my sauce, I'm then going to add my white cabbage to it so that the white cabbage is going to cook in all those really delicious flavors. So I just want to cook that probably for about 5 minutes so the white cabbage can go nice and soft, but it's still got a little bit of a crunch to it as well. After that 5 minutes is up, it's then ready to serve. If you want, you can finish it off with a little grating of Parmesan cheese and some pepper too. It is absolutely delicious and really, really low carb. This meal is going to become a Tomatoey lamb runner bean dish. And then for the kids, I'm just simply going to be adding some cooked couscous to this. So what I have got for this meal is 500 grams of minced lamb. I've got 400 mils of lamb stock here. In my dicer, I have already blitzed up 1 onion and 3 garlic cloves. I've just chopped up some runner beans into little kind of bite-sized portions. I've got this Dr. Willis tomato ketchup. This is completely natural. It's sweetened naturally. It's made out of real tomatoes and it's vegan friendly too. I've also got some soy sauce and chipotle paste. And I have also got some tomato puree and, like I said, some couscous. So to make this, it's really quick and easy, and it's also so nice too. So what I'm going to do in a pan, I'm going to just put a knob of butter in there, and then I'm going to saute off my onions and garlic for a few minutes. Once those have sauteed, I'm then going to add in my lamb mince and brown that off for a few minutes. Once that's nice and brown, I'm then going to add in all of my sauces. So I'm going to add in my 400 mils of lamb stock. I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 4 tablespoons of my Dr. Wills tomato ketchup, 1 teaspoon of chipotle paste, and 2 tablespoons of tomato puree. I'm just going to give that all a really good mix around and let it bubble away for about 5 to 10 minutes or so. Once that has bubbled away for a while and reduced down a little, I will then add in my green beans. I'm just going to cook this for a couple of minutes before serving because I like it when my beans are a little bit al dente. Once my beans are in, I will just pour some couscous into a bowl and I will just put some boiling water over the top of that, cover it with a plate for a couple of minutes, and then everything is ready to serve. So for the kids, I'm going to be doing some couscous with the lamb mince mixture on the side. I'm going to just have my lamb mixture with a nice bit of rocket and some avocado on the side too. Right, so this meal is going to be a lamb curry. So I actually cooked this in last week's video, but because this is going to be low carb, I thought I would add it in this recipe video as well. So obviously for the low carbs, I'm going to be making some cauliflower rice, but if your family would prefer to have normal rice, then you can just cook some of that up at the side. So what I have got here is some lamb steaks. I've got 4 lamb steaks here that I've just diced up. And then what I've done in here already, this is my onion dicer, and I have just popped in 1 onion, 3 cloves of garlic, 2 teaspoons garam masala, half a teaspoon of turmeric, 2 teaspoons of ground ginger, or you can use fresh ginger if you have some, 2 tablespoons of curry powder, some salt and pepper, a lamb stock cube, and I've also put in 100 mils of water. I have also got some chopped tomatoes and coconut milk too. The first thing I'm going to do to make this curry is I'm just going to blitz up my onion and garlic mix and make this into a really nice curry paste. Once I have whizzed that up, I will then get a big pot onto the hob with some oil in it, heat it up before adding in my curry paste. I'm going to let my curry paste cook away in the pot for a few minutes just to kind of release all of those nice fragrances before adding in my lamb meat, and then I'm just going to brown that through. Once that's brown, I'm then going to add in my chopped tomatoes and my coconut milk. I'm going to give this a really good stir, and then I'm going to put the lid on top of my pot, and I'm just going to leave this on low for a good 3 to 4 hours, which is going to make your lamb meat really, really nice and tender. When you've got half an hour to go, you are then ready to cook up your rice for those who would like more carbs, and you are ready to dice up your cauliflower head for those of you who are trying to eat fewer carbs. So I will again just use my onion dicer, pop my cauliflower head into there, into little florets, and I'll give it all a whiz up. And as you can see, it makes really, really good cauliflower rice. All that's left to do now is to dish up. So for me, I'll have some cauliflower rice on the bottom, and then I'll give myself a few generous ladles of my delicious lamb curry on top. You can finish this off with a little bit of coriander to garnish too, and some chutney as well if you would like. So those are the 4 low carb recipes that I wanted to share with you today. I really hope you enjoyed them. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss next week's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.